Beautiful Saturday afternoon here at Princeton High School, Viking Village, home of the Princeton Vikings. They're going to be the neutral site here for the Springboro Panthers and the Mason Comets. Mason the 2 seed, Springboro the 3 seed from Dayton. We're here for the district finals. Both teams trying to play for a spot in the regional semifinals. And it's been a long week of basketball here for boys and girls OHSAA tournament. I'm Ben Haller here, and I'm going to be here with Evan Amazon. Evan, how you doing today?
I'm doing great, Ben. I'm excited for some action tonight. It's going to be a huge game. Of course, the district finals. Both these teams met before in a pretty close game. Comets able to pull out the win in overtime.
There's going to be some key players to watch, especially from Springboro's side. Jordan Hobbs, D1 player. She's going to play at Rice next season. And on Mason's side, Margot Mattis, only a sophomore, already committed to Princeton.
Yeah, taking a look at some of the keys to the game. The first minute we mentioned before, Comets able to get that overtime win. And of course, looking at Kyla Oldeker, she is the 17th overall recruit in the 2022 class. And what's funny is she's the 3rd leading scorer on this team. Madison Popwell score more than Oldeker per game, even though Oldeker is one of the top recruits in the country for 2022.
You're going to take a look at Springboro starters. We talked about Jordan Hobbs, but they've also got a couple more college players. Peyton Nation going to play at Belmont Abbey, and Emerson Rhines to Edison State. And they're a really solid all-around team. You also got Haley Crozier and Peyton Wells.
Yeah, and looking at the Comets starting lineup, you got 2 seniors, 3 seniors, Carey, Cosme and Popwell, and Oldeker. And Mattis. Oldeker, of course, 6'6" down low, and Popwell, two big post players. The Comets going to be tough to handle, as well as Mattis in transition. And Carey and Cosme are pretty good at those outside shots, 3-pointers long, too, from the elbows.
Yeah, I mentioned it about the Springboro team, but it's cool. We're going to see a matchup with this. Both teams are like this, very complete teams. They don't have one stud that it's like if they get shut down, then their team's not going to do too well offensively. Both teams have a lot of options, and this is a matchup that's been close over the years. You look past the last 3 years, 2 years ago, Mason beating Springboro in that first game of the year. Last year, Springboro getting revenge, and this year, Mason getting an overtime win over Springboro. That's the closest any team's got to beating Mason this year. As we look here at the district championship, the winner will go on to the regional semifinals against Wayne, who won by forfeit against Princeton. Princeton had some issues with COVID.
Yeah, it's super unfortunate for Princeton that they weren't able to play that game, but Wayne, of course, one of the best teams you see, a 1 seed from Dayton, so that'll be a very tough opponent as well. So winner of this game will get Wayne. It's going to be a good one, Ben. Overtime last time. Super excited for this one.
Well, we get ready for tip here. Kyla Oldeker doesn't lose a lot of tips.
And she doesn't lose one there, and the Comets getting going here early.
Springboro immediately going to a 2-3 zone. That's what they did in the first game against Mason when they played in the regular season. That game, Margot Mattis and Jordan Hobbs were the stars, both scoring 24 apiece.
Now Mattis thought about the 3 pump fakes. And now Carey swings it over to Cosme. A little bit of a rocky start on this first session for the Comets. Cosme double in the corner, down low, Oldeker. And Oldeker doesn't get that one to go. Pretty good look, but a rebound by Peyton Wells going the other way for the Panthers.
Marilyn Popple had that tip, almost an offensive rebound there. One of the biggest keys for Springboro is they said, Marilyn Popple, you can't let her get those offensive rebounds. She does that better than anyone in the GMC.
Yeah, Hobbs slips there off the ball, able to recover, and that's good hands by Oldeker. Nation able to keep it there.
Oldeker guarding her all the way at the top. That's good to see that athleticism.
Yeah, almost an up and down there for the Panthers. Able to save it. That's tipped out of bounds by Popwell, so a pretty good defensive start for both teams on these first couple possessions.
Yeah, that's a start neither team's going to be too unhappy with if you look at both sides.
So Ryan's passing this one in to Jordan Hobbs. And a long 3 there. And that one's good. So the Panthers on the board early. And that's a big shot there from number 14, Peyton Nation, getting on the board, the 2nd leading scorer for this Springboro team.
Yeah, Peyton Nation, one of the best shooters in the G-Walk. And there's going to be offensive foul on Oldeker.
Yeah, Oldeker trying to post up, get position down there. They're going to call offensive foul, so it's just like that. A little bit of a rough start for the Comets. Oldeker missed a shot before. She's got the offensive foul there. She's got to keep her head up. She had a huge game against Lakota West, which prompted the Comets to a 30-point victory in that one.
Yeah, she cannot take herself out of the game. She's got to keep her head up, like you said, not get too frustrated with these mistakes.
And Cosme trying to go get the layup. She gets swatted there, so another turnover for the Comets. Springboro trying to go transition, and they pull it back out. Hobbs, and that one's way off there. Three-pointer by Rhines.
Yeah, Rhines maybe got a little too excited there. Wanted that shot, wanted to get going early, but didn't have enough room.
Another missed shot down low, but Margot Mattis able to get it back. Comets leading scorer, able to get one to go there. Gets this game 3-2 for the Panthers.
It's big for Mattis. She's had Springboro's number. It's interesting, last year we talked about that was the first game of the season for Mason and Springboro, and Mattis was only a freshman, so that was her first game ever, first career high school game. She scored 19 points in that one, so she 24 in the last one. She has Springboro's number.
Yeah, Crozier's way off on that three, and good rebound by Nation, but Popwell able to get it back. So another turnover from the Panthers, so it's been a little bit of a tough start offense for them other than the Nation three. Oldiker down low, double team. She wanted the foul, but she's able to get it back and get it home for two. So just like that, Comets take this early lead, 4-3.
That's the toughness of Kyla Oldiker. A lot of Springboro fans wanted to push there, a foul on her, but she's just stronger than anybody on Springboro. And looks like Mason's going to go with a little bit of their own zone.
And that's out of bounds too.
We're going to look at the three here from Wells. Nation knocks that down, and then Oldiker lost it at first, but she wanted that ball. And maybe there was a little bit of a push off there.
Yeah, it's when we heard the Springboro parents wanted a foul there on Oldiker. That would have been a killer for the Comets. That would have been Oldiker's second foul. So
very fortunate that no foul was called there for Mason. Hopefully that shows they're going to let him play early.
Oldiker down low with two people on her, still able to get it to go. She's so good at working through those double teams, Ben.
Yeah, Springboro's a little different from the last team Mason played in Lakota West. Lakota West wasn't very big, but still, Oldiker has no one size-wise that can match up to her, and there's a lot of pressure there, but as long as she keeps the ball high, then no one's going to be able to get that ball.
Hobbs swinging over, and a bad pass from Hobbs, so another turnover for the Panthers here on back-to-back possessions.
And they call a tip. We're going to look at Oldiker once again. There's three girls on her there, but none of them were big enough to get in her vision, but they call this Mason's way, or excuse me, Springboro's way, a tip on Mason, and judging by the reaction from Springboro, they thought it was going Mason's way, so, you know, maybe there wasn't a tip, but Springboro get the ball. Ref saw something we didn't.
Nice pass from Hobbs. Inside, and a good finish from Nation, so she's got all five for the Panthers.
Now Springboro shares the ball really well. Jordan Hobbs with a nice pass there. She's going to draw a lot of defensive attention with how well she can finish down low. Speaking of finishing well down low, Kyla Oldiker again.
They're right on cue there, Ben. Oldiker just so tough to guard in the post. As long as she can hold the ball high, then it's about all she needs to do sometimes in the post. Hobbs going to take a long three, and that one's good. So this game's tied today. It's been back and forth here early.
They can't leave Jordan Hobbs open. You can't give her just the tiniest bit of room, and they did there, no matter how deep it is.
An offensive foul going the other way.
That's going to be that second foul you mentioned on Kyla Oldiker. That's going to take her out of the game. As we look at Jordan Hobbs, Riley Cosme got caught up in that pass and couldn't get out there quick enough. You got to be there at the catch with Hobbs.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's Oldiker's second foul. And she's off to a really good start offensively. Has 6 out of the 8.
Yep, Kate Cooper's checking in for her, and she's got to step up. She's got to be big down low, especially defensively. Because Mason, you know, Oldiker has 6 of the first 8 for Mason, but she's definitely not their only scorer.
See if the Comets can kind of get Popwell. Look for her down in the post, the team's second leading scorer.
Speaking of Popwell, beautiful, or that was Mattis, excuse me. Beautiful job reading the pass, getting in front of Nation's pass. And they're going to call a foul on Springboro.
That's going to be only Springboro's first team foul in this first quarter. Comets got 2 of them, both on Oldiker. See who else can step up for the Comets down low. Mattis, good pump fake. Kick it out to Carey for the long two, in and out. Pretty good shot there from Carey.
Well, that's definitely a shot the Comets want. She's really worked on her mid-range game. She can shoot the three as well, but outside shots like that when she's open, I'm sure Mason's going to be comfortable with those.
Now Hobbs over to the top of the key, and she gets it back from the baseline. Hobbs, three is good. So a really good start from Jordan Hobbs. She's got 2 3-pointers already as the Panthers lead 11-8.
We talked about it. She's just been too open on both of her threes so far. And a lot of that's from the ball movement of Springboro and the sets they're running in against the zone.
And Mattis no good on that three. But Kate Cooper, nice offensive rebound and a pass. Down low to Mattis, you mentioned Kate Cooper having to step up for Kyla Oldiker, and that's exactly what she does right there.
Yeah, 11-10 now. Comets only down 1. Mattis, a little bit too much contact.
That's going to be the Comets' 3rd team foul first on Mattis. So we take a look at Cooper. What a nice rebound there. Just taking the ball away from Nation.
An impressive rebound and an even more impressive pass to find Mattis. It was also a great cut from Margot. And once the defenders were there, she finished through the contact. Good poise from Mattis.
Panthers swinging around, trying to look for Hobbs down low. Back out to Crozier. Pump fakes the three. Hobbs. A really good take from Jordan Hobbs, and she's got 8 points already in this one.
Yeah, Popple had to overcommit there because of the 2 threes Hobbs hit. And Hobbs is just quicker than her win around her.
Yeah, threes are one thing the Comets have struggled with a little bit this year. That's kind of been their one weakness on the offensive end. Springboro has 3 threes already, Comets with none, so part of the reason they get the lead, but you can get the 3-point play the old-fashioned way. That's what Marilyn Popwell does down low. Great post up and a great finish.
Yeah, Kate Cooper drew a lot of attention there. As Margot Mattis threw it down low. I think that was Crozier that got caught up. Or excuse me, that was Emerson Rhines. And beautiful position from Popwell is what really got her that bucket. Nice finish through contact and completes a 3-point play.
A lot of times other teams just kind of focus on Oldiker at 6'6", but you sometimes forget about Popwell down low. Popwell 4th in GMC with 14.6 a game, so she's definitely a great post player as well as Oldiker.
Yeah, Popwell's never the tallest player on the court, but she, with a few exceptions, is usually the strongest player on the court and plays the hardest, plays the toughest, always going for offensive rebounds and loose balls. So even when she's not scoring, she's always making a big impact for Mason.
And now Hobbs at the free throw line, knocks it down. So she's got 9 points already in the first quarter. Averages 17.5 a game, which is good for 3rd in the GWAC conference. And her second free throw is good as well, so 15-13, Panthers lead.
They're going to take her out. They're going to take her out now too, so Mason really has to take advantage of this little bit of time where Jordan Hobbs is out. You know, maybe try to at least tie the game, get a lead. There's less than a minute to go in the first quarter.
A strong offensive quarter for both these teams. Now we're under a minute to go here in the first quarter.
Popwell thought about it. She can make that three. Cosme, better shooter though, not able to convert.
That one off the front of the rim. See if the Panthers will try to slow it down here. Hold for the final shot instead. They go inside, and that one is blocked. And a foul, so Rhines gets her shot blocked. And a foul going on the Panthers as well.
Beautiful team defense there from the Comets. I think that was Popwell with the block. There were 3 girls there, so it didn't matter who got that block. They all had an impact. As I'm sure Mason's going to hold for the last shot here under 30 seconds to go.
As CeCe Carey, senior guard, bringing it up for the Comets, committed to play at Lake Erie College next year. Amanda Barnes also into the game for the Comets.
Yeah, Mason really only plays 7 girls, especially in tournament games like this. And it's their starting lineup plus Barnes and Cooper, who are both in right now.
See, it's going to be Popwell from the elbow. That one no good off the back of the rim. A pretty good look, but that's good defense by the Panthers. And they take the early lead, 15-13. We're going to take a quick break here. Be sure to stick with us for the second quarter coming up.
on air, or online. This is media for your community. This is ICRC-TV.
Back to Princeton High School as we see Jordan Hobbs knocking down a couple threes early.
Yeah, Jordan Hobbs, the Rice commit. She can do anything on the court. She's a good driver. We saw a nice drive, a nice finish she had inside, and there you see knocking down 2 threes. She's had a couple nice dimes too. She's really doing it all for Springboro right now. They have the 15-13 lead over Mason. Second quarter coming up.
Yeah, Hobbs has 9 out of their 15, averaging 17 a game, on pace to break that here in the first half. And the Panthers are going to get the ball. Take a look at the crowd here.
A packed crowd for this one, and a lot of that's due to Princeton, you know, kind of closing a lot of their seating. So a lot of the fans are going to be packed together, and OHSAA going with their current, I believe it's 300 fans total. As a missed layup there from Springboro. Great rebound by Cooper.
So again, the winner of this game will take on Wayne in the regional semifinals. So now Barnes on the wing. Swings over to Cosby, now to Carey. Comets still kind of looking for that inside presence without Oldeker.
Springboro just now switching to a man defense, so Mason's going to go to that flex look, but Springboro's guarding that really well. You know, it's important when you're playing that offense. It's important to see how you go through screens, and they're covering screens perfectly as Springboro.
Cosme for 3. That one at the front of the rim as well. And another offensive rebound by Kate Cooper. And Carey hits the shot, so Kate Cooper's gotten the Comets 4 points off offensive rebounds. Huge here.
Yeah, great shot from CeCe Carey, and we talked about it earlier. That's her shot, especially off the dribble. She's been really working on that. And doesn't matter if it's mid-ranger from 3, finally getting her first 2 points of the ball game.
This game's had a lot of ties, lead changes here early, and another tie, 15-all. Hobbs pump fakes the 3. Good defense by Cosme, and inside to Nation, and Peyton Nation, a strong finish with the left hand, puts the Panthers back on top.
That was a beautiful cut from Nation too, getting to exactly where the 2-3 zone, kind of where one of the 2-3 zones weak spot was. And then once she got the ball, she's really good inside, really good finisher, and a nice move there. Cosme's 0 for 2 from 3 early, but you can't let that discourage her. They're going to need her, most likely the best shooter on the Comets.
Carey's going to take this 3 off the front of the rim again, and Amanda Barnes with a strong rebound for the Comets. And now Cooper pump fakes, drives, Cosme going to take another one, and that one's good. So you mentioned it, Ben. Riley Cosme still keeping her head up and knocks that 3 down, gives the Comets 18-17 lead.
Yeah, that's big. It's nice to see finally her first 3 go in. Hopefully they can give her more confidence now, and that'll make her play with a little more energy too. As Mason sticks with this 2-3 defense.
Gonna have to get out on the shooters though in this 2-3 because Springboro's made a lot of threes. That's good defense inside from Popwell.
Look up there. Kate Cooper's doing it all, and that's actually her 3rd assist now. So Kate Cooper, the offensive rebounds and the assists. Give her a lot of credit, and a big move from Coach Matula, sending Kyla Oldeker in with 2 fouls.
And both their fouls came on the offensive end as well.
So, you know, it's kind of, if you look at that, that's something she could fix. She can just be a little less aggressive. I mean, you never want to have a player play with less aggression, but if you're going to put her in with 2 fouls, it's kind of what has to happen.
That's good defense by Oldeker, not fouling, going straight up. So I'm sure that's something the Panthers are going to want to do in offense, is try to go into Kyla Oldeker and make her get that 3rd foul and head to the bench.
That was a really smart move from Oldeker there. That's a nice move, nice pass into Popwell. Gives the Comets a 3-point lead.
Yeah, great find down low for Popwell, and a timeout by the Panthers. So all of a sudden, Comets getting going a little bit of a slow start for them. We're going to take a look again. Carey keeping her head up.
Beautiful find from Cosby, right back to Carey. Springboro was just kind of confused and didn't have all their players back and didn't match up correctly. As Mason, the undefeated team, 19-0, 14-0 on the GMC. They got that GMC title alone. Third in the Ohio AP poll, and number 2 seed in Cincinnati, only behind the powerful MND. Had a big beatdown on Lakota East just earlier today. And if Mason were to win a couple more games, that's most likely who they would play in the regional semifinals.
Yeah, Centerville won that other game, so it's Centerville MND are going to be playing in the next round. And then for the Comets, of course, the winner of this will play Wayne in those regional semifinal matchups.
Yeah, so that'd be the regional finals, when if Mason and M&D were to play. But Wayne's no one you can look past. They're the 1 seed at Dayton. So, Mason be the 3 seed in Dakota West. They're playing a 3 seed now, Springboro. The next 2 games would have to be 1 seeds. But if anyone can do it, it feels like these Mason Comets. 19-0, haven't lost a game yet. The team that got closest was Springboro. And we're seeing that here. Comets up 3 midway through the second quarter.
Will be Panthers ball after they take the timeout. Peyton Wells bringing it up for the Panthers.
Two-three zone again for Mason, like you talked about. They have to get out on the shooters.
Pretty good close out there from Carey. But Crozier's going to take the long 3, and she knocks it down. So the threes have been huge for the Panthers. 12 out of their 20 points coming on the threes. Comets have only hit 1.
That's what Haley Crozier does. She knocks down the 3, highest clip on Springboro's team.
I've seen Crozier, Nation, Hobbs, all very capable 3-point shooters.
And what's interesting about these Springboro threes is they're deep. They're not just barely behind the line. They're full college 3-pointers here. Maybe NBA threes. That might be pushing a little bit, but they're knocking them down with confidence, and that's what's keeping them in this game. They're tied now, 20-20.
It's really been 2 different approaches for both teams. Comets, a lot of inside points. Panthers, a lot of threes to try to find Oldeker inside. So all 5 defenders on the same side of the court when the Comets were looking for Oldeker down low. And Popwell is going to take that 3. That one way off. And a rebound for the Panthers trying to take the lead here.
Yeah, and Popwell maybe rushed that a little bit. I'm not sure that's the shot they want.
A big block from Oldeker. Good job not fouling, but able to stick with it and get that as Nation. So that's a good heads-up play to know. I mean, if the defender blocks it, it's likely going to be coming right back at you, and that's exactly what happened.
That's the difference between Springboro and most of the team Masons have played. Normally, Oldeker would be one grabbing that ball, but Springboro, they have nice aggression and nice hustle, and they stay with it.
That one going out of bounds on the Comets. So the Panthers getting the ball back.
Nation, the help from Kyla Oldeker with that block, but she stayed with it. Mattis wasn't quick enough to get over there and get it. And a nice finish. We've seen a couple really good finishes here from Nation so far.
And not an easy up and under move there. Yeah, Hobbs and Nation definitely both on their A games in this one. Crozier pump fakes, swings it one more to Nation, and that one goes in as well. So Peyton Nation continues her hot start, and the Panthers lead by 5.
Springboro is just passing Mason out of this 2-3 defense, and they're shooting him out of it too. Perfect execution on offense, but Cosby matches.
Yeah, Cosby knocks down her second one, started off 0 for 2, and a couple huge threes from Riley Cosby, and the Comets are going to take a timeout. I wonder if they're going to switch that defense up back to man.
Yeah, first we're going to take a look at the beautiful pass from Crozier to Nation, and Nation's doing it all now. Hobbs has been a little silent, and Nation's picking up her slack. But then the inside-outside play by the Comets, Oldeker to Cosby. Cosby knocking down her second 3 of the game. Springboro, like we talked about, the 3 seed out of Dayton. They went 17-7. They played a few games there at the end against conference teams that they wanted to schedule that weren't necessarily conference games. We saw that a few times because of this COVID year. Teams wanted to schedule games on their own that weren't a part of their conference, even if it was against conference teams, and they fell in a few of those. It shows they only have 1 conference loss, but total against conference teams, they fell a few more against teams like Springboro and Miamisburg.
Yeah, Springboro lost to Wayne twice. Lost to Centerville once, and lost to a couple teams in Indiana as well, including these Comets in an overtime matchup. So a long skip pass. And Crozier tries to save it. Good effort there, but that one's out of bounds, and the Comets getting the ball back.
Yeah, Springboro, they're starting to have good possessions where they're having nice passes, and maybe they're getting a little too ahead of themselves here, trying to force something that wasn't there. And they just got to calm down a little bit and keep playing with this high energy, but make smarter plays.
Yeah, and this first game is interesting. The Comets had a pretty good lead early, but now Panthers are the ones playing pretty aggressive.
Yeah, CC Carey tried to take it, and you knew she was going to dish it, but kind of took too long to wait to make that pass, and they were able to tip that pass.
And Mattis, a nice baseline move, and gets it good to go. So a little bit of a slow start from Margot Mattis, but a really nice shot there to tie up this one at 25.
A lot like Hobbs, Margot Mattis is someone that can really play anywhere. You know, hasn't knocked down a three yet, but we've seen that in the first few tournament games. She's really good in that mid-range with that floater, and she's a nice finisher down low. She showcased that a couple times today.
Yeah, Hobbs and Mattis both scored 24 in the first game between these two teams.
Oldeker not far behind with 19, and Nation not far behind with 14. So those were the four big players in that game, and it looks like those are the four big players so far tonight.
Mattis three, one more, swings to Carey in that mid-range shot. She gets it to go, so CC Carey really doing well in that mid-range shot.
Even after that near turnover from CC Carey, she's playing with a lot of confidence right now, and she's starting to get her shot exactly how she wants it, and she's knocking it down.
Yeah, Cosme as well for the Comets. Both of them knocking down. From outside, Kate Cooper with a steal. We mentioned how well she's been playing too. Trying to finish there a little bit too strong. That one's going out of bounds to the Panthers.
We're going to look at the ball movement of the Comets. Maryland Popwell thought about a three. Cosme, they had a nice closeout. Going from side to side all the way around the three-point line, and CC Carey, knowing where her spot is, just in front of that three-point line, knocking it down for two.
Yeah, Maddie Baird coming in the game for the Comets as well. A really good defensive player with a minute to go.
Yeah, under a minute to go.
That's really good hands by Mattis, getting the tip, and Popwell gets the ball. So the Comets.
I think Mason went to that timeout that they went to, and they kind of came out with a more aggressive zone because their closeouts just weren't working, and they're getting a few steals out of it, and it's really been helpful now. 2-point lead with the ball. With 30 seconds to go in the second quarter.
And what a cut by Madison to finish. Comets already on a 7-0 run, trying to add to that here as Mattis going to the free throw line. One of the best free throw shooters in the GMC this year.
Mattis inside to Popwell. That was a beautiful cut from Margot Mattis. Springboro just lost her in that zone, and it's starting to look like Mason's starting to figure out Springboro's zone. Good coaching from Matula and good adjustments from the Mason team. Mattis knocks down her first.
Yes, the Comets 8-0 run here. Offense really picked up. And like you said, after that timeout, their 2-3 zone certainly looked a lot more aggressive, closing out on the shooters. And another big free throw from Mattis. So 4-point lead here for the Comets. Kate Cooper coming back in the game. Mattis coming out. Little offense for defense there.
Pretty high scoring game, especially for a team against Mason who only gave up 25 points, to Dakota West last game. And Springboro has that point total, not even halftime yet.
And another tip pass. That one by Popwell ends up in the hands of Kate Cooper, and the Comets looking to extend their lead here.
No doubt
for the final shot.
No doubt going to hold for the final shot. And what are you going to look for here?
Wonder if they'll try to get Popwell down low with Mattis out of the game. And Popwell instead from the elbow. That one's good. So a big shot from Maryland Popwell gives the Comets momentum heading into the locker room as they lead 31-25. What a strong end of the second quarter by the Comets. They're ending on an 11-0 run. This Comets lead here 31-25, and be sure to come back for some second half action. We're gonna take a quick break here in this region, in this district final battle.
Leaves us with the next item on our agenda is item number 5, opening session.
I want to
Thank everyone for joining us this evening. If you're out here at the parade or listening, thank you again.
Into the end zone, and that is caught by Jaden Wood.
Come on now, how we doing? Y'all feeling all right out there?
Hello and welcome to this edition of This is Glendale. I'm Bet Chorus.
Hey guys, this is Unit 1 crew from Woodlawn Fire Department. We just want to wish you guys a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
And of course, you can always go to ICRC-TV.com.
Always a great day when ICRC is involved.
Another edition of ICRC, bringing the community to you.
Hello everyone and welcome to ICRC-TV Sports.
Three-pointer. Got it! In for the Comets score. Comets win! Yeah!
Good morning, Uglyville!
Every ugly doll is unique.
I'm Moxie.
Bobo.
Wait.
Call me Slick Doll.
What?
And every child is too.
They can be pretty lovable.
That's why when you travel, you should make sure your child is in the right seat for their age and size.
This is why you're the wisest doll in town.
Well, keep them safe by visiting nhtsa.gov/the right seat.
Isn't that right, gibberish cat?
Find the right seat today.
Put the keys down, Kevin.
But I'm gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
My text to emoji ratio has gotten a little out of hand.
A little?
Yep, I'm definitely gonna call a ride home.
Three, two, one.
Hi, I'm Clark Kellogg. I've attended basketball games from coast to coast over the years as a participant, broadcaster, parent, and fan. And believe me, I've seen my share of unsporting behavior. The purpose of school sports is for kids to have fun, develop their skills, and learn lessons that will last a lifetime. So when you attend a school contest, please keep that in mind. Remember to behave in a way that reflects positively on your child, your school, and your community. Let's respect the game.
This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in Ohio. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association and the Ohio Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
I just wanted to play.
I just want to play.
I just want to play. I just want to play.
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 Along the way, I'm learning
Sportsmanship.
Sportsmanship. Teamwork.
Teamwork.
How to work hard.
How to work hard. Discipline.
Hustle.
Sacrifice.
How to be a leader.
Dedication.
I just want to play. And along the way, I'm learning to put the team before myself.
To put the team before myself. How to be a student.
How to be a student.
I'm learning to set a good example.
How to work hard.
To accept responsibility.
That I represent my community.
That I represent my community. I just wanted to play, and look where it took me.
She's done it! Tiana Bartoletta has done it! From Elyria, Ohio, now an Olympic gold medalist.
Planning the right amount of food is hard.
The Guestimator makes it easy. Just tell it who's coming and what's for dinner. Then it tells you how much to make. And yes, it even plans for leftovers. Try it at SaveTheFood.com.
Home fire drills give your family a plan of action. In a home fire, you may have less than 2 minutes to get out. So when you drill, show everyone 2 ways out of the house, pick a safe meeting spot, and get there in under 2 minutes. Then practice home fire drills at least twice a year. You can even make them fun. So everyone knows the sound and exactly what to do when they hear a smoke alarm. Go to ready.gov/fire drill and learn how to prepare your family for home fires.
Here's to the things that can keep us safe. Those we use all the time with hardly a thought. Those that are silently standing by to save our lives. And now, those that we carry with us everywhere we go. Many mobile devices will now bring you wireless emergency alerts, real-time information directly from local sources you know and trust. With the unique sound and vibration, you'll be in the know wherever you are.
Let's take a time out to talk about educational athletics. That means the school sports are an extension of the classroom. Student athletes earn the privilege of participation in sports by succeeding during the school day first, before they put on the team uniform after. Student athletes prove that with better attendance records, higher GPAs, and fewer discipline issues than non-student athletes. That's what it means to be a part of the Ohio High School Athletic Association.
This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association.
If I play sports for my school, I'll learn how to be part of a team.
I will have more friends. I will be active now and when I'm a grown-up.
I will learn how to work hard. I'll have better attendance.
I'll learn how to overcome adversity. I'll be more likely to go to college. I will learn how to get along with others. If I play sports for my school.
If I play sports for my school.
If I play sports for my school.
I must learn to be a good student during school if I want to put on my uniform after school.
Leaves us with the next item on our agenda is item number 5, opening session.
I want to thank everyone for joining us this evening. If you're out here at the parade or listening, thank you again.
Into the end zone, and that is caught by Jaden Wood.
Come on now, how we doing? Y'all feeling all right out there?
Hello and welcome to this edition of This is Glendale. I'm Bet Chorus.
Hey guys, this is the Unit 1 crew from Woodlawn Fire Department. We just want to wish you guys a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
And of course, you can always go to ICRC-TV.com.
Always a great day when ICRC is involved.
Another edition of ICRC, bringing the community to you.
On air or online, this is media for your community. This is ICRC-TV.
Hello, and welcome back to Princeton High School for this district final matchup between the Mason Comets and the Springboro Panthers. I'm Evan Amazon, joined by Ben Haller. It's been a pretty exciting first half, really back and forth with the Comets. Ended on an 11-0 run without Kyla Oldeker. So,
yeah, Kyla Oldeker, one of the biggest parts of that Mason team against Dakota West, and that big 30-point win was in foul trouble. Had 2 fouls early. She's playing really aggressive, and Matula tried to trust her, putting her back in with 2 fouls, but she still played a little too aggressive, and Matula wasn't comfortable with that. Right now, Mason fighting for a spot in that regional semifinals. This is the district finals against Springboro. Springboro, a team they beat in overtime.
yeah, and Wayne, of course, advancing to the next round because Princeton wasn't able to play in that one as well. So, and for the Panthers, it's really been Nation and Hobbs have 22 out of their 25 points right now.
And for Mason, it's a little more balanced. They've got scoring from girls like Carrie and Cosme on the outside. That's big for them. Cooper doing a lot of stuff with the outscoring. So Mason really getting everyone involved here early.
So Panthers getting the ball first here. And Nation tries to go inside, and that one tipped out of bounds to the Panthers, so the Comets keep up that defensive aggressiveness up in that 2-3.
Hey, he stole the words right out of my mouth. They're keeping up exactly how they left off in the first half with how aggressive they're playing. They're getting in passing lanes. And I think that's a nice adjustment that Metula made. They wanted to play a more aggressive 2-3 zone because their closeouts on shooters just wasn't working in the first half.
Mattis pump fakes in the middle to Oldeker. Cosme for three, got it. So Riley Cosme is knocked down 3 in a row after missing her first couple. What a turnaround from the senior guard.
And we said it exactly after she missed her first 2, to not be discouraged. You're gonna miss a couple. It's big for shooters in basketball to have a short-term memory loss. And forgetting about those first 2 misses, knocking some down. 3 straight for her.
And now Hobbs for 3, got it. Of course, Jordan Hobbs is gonna answer. She's been knocking down 3s all night, really keeping the Panthers in this game.
I mean, left open, Jordan Hobbs, the Rice commit, is just automatic, and Mason wasn't as aggressive there, maybe even too aggressive, as they didn't have anyone to close out on Hobbs. Good balance from Springboro.
Oldeker a little soft on that pass, as Panthers able to take it. Ball in the hands of Peyton Wells. Hobbs, one more to Crozier. And that one way too strong. We saw Crozier make one, but she also missed a couple badly in the first half. Misses a bad one there. Mattis going in transition, a little bit short, but Oldeker there for the rebound, misses, goes back up. And another miss, but Oldeker gets a rebound again, and one. So Kyle Oldeker padding her stats there with some rebounds as well. That's that and one.
And that's exactly what she's doing, is padding her stats. I think she missed 3 layups and 3 offensive rebounds. And she's just waiting for the contact, too. She wanted a 3-point play, not just 2. Finally making Springboro foul her. And Springboro wanted an over the back there, but, you know, it was a little over the back, but she didn't make any contacts. You know, a lot of times in basketball, people want fouls like that, but as long as she didn't make any contacts, usually not going to be a foul call. Not able to complete the old-fashioned 3-point play.
Yeah, and the Springboro defense, if you want to get that call, you got to get a little lower on your box outs. They're kind of standing up straight, which kind of took away that call chance. And Oldeker with good hands there.
Comets are just playing hard on defense now. You know, making sure they're not getting off to that start they had in the start of the game in the first quarter, especially in the second quarter. When they started the second quarter, it was a little rough for Mason. Looked like Springboro was going on a little bit of a run, but they were able to stop it with their aggressiveness, tipping passes, getting steals, and another turnover forced by the Comets.
Yeah, Springboro scored about 3 points in the last 6 or 7 minutes of gameplay.
Springboro is going to take a timeout here, and Mason on a run.
Yeah, Comets feeling pretty good right now, especially considering they were down 25-20 on a 16-3 run. Super impressive. That one started with about 3 minutes left in the second quarter. They just kind of continued their momentum here into the third quarter.
Yeah, Springboro, they've really been switching up their defenses, going back from man to 2-3, haven't really been able to figure it out. And usually when a team's switching defenses that much, that's usually a sign of Mason just being able to beat anything Springboro's throwing at him. That's really good adjustment from Coach Metula. And Mason really plays with a high IQ, high-level play. You know, they've been here a lot. They have a young but experienced team, because last year, one of the youngest team Mason's ever had. And they returned a lot of starters from last season as well, also getting that Kyla Oldeker Jr. transfer in from Princeton.
And of course the Comets are playing without Gabby Rosano, who would be a sophomore this year. Started a couple games last year. She unfortunately tore her ACL, but that's a
Rhines.
Yeah, that's a really good steal from Rhines, yeah. Jumped in the passing lane. That's what Springboro needs. There's some easy buckets in transition, because they haven't gotten many of those.
Yeah, for Springboro, hopefully that's a momentum builder and kind of shifts the flow of the game. Mason's been playing at a fast-paced game, and Springboro usually wants to slow that down. But if you're going to get steals like that, then maybe that's not necessary.
Now Oldeker inside on Hobbs. And she does not get that one to go, and there's going to be a foul. Let's see if it's on Oldeker. And it looks like it will. So that's going to be Oldeker's third foul. She's going for the offensive rebound.
Yeah, she's playing hard. She's playing aggressive, but you got to play a little smarter. I mean, it's hard when you're that much bigger than everybody else on the court, but yeah, it looks like she just went over the top. Not only took out Crozier, but took out her teammate Marilyn Popplewell.
Yeah, Oldeker is going to stay into the game. And Hobbs, smart play there, goes right at Oldeker. Oldeker knew she couldn't foul. Hobbs able to get the floater.
Beautiful move and high IQ play from Hobbs. Like you said, she knew Oldeker couldn't foul her. And once she got by her first defender, she had all the confidence in the world going to the rack, knowing there wasn't going to be too much contact.
And a really good cut from Mattis. And a good find from Carey down low. Mattis able to get an easy layup there, puts the Comets back up by 6.
We've seen that story a few times so far this game. Mattis hasn't been the highest scorer in this game, but she has been getting all her points off those nice cuts.
And Oldeker and Popwell, good double team down low, able to get the ball back. Comets a little trouble getting the ball off the court. And Margot Mattis drives in, and she's going to the free throw line.
She has a deadly first step. It's really hard for defenders to guess where she's trying to go. And once she gets where she's going, it's hard to catch up to her. Help defense was just a little too slow as the Springboro Panthers down on the floor.
All right, we're going to take a quick commercial here, and be sure to stay with us here with 4 minutes left in the third quarter.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to ICRC-TV Sports.
Three-pointer. Got it. In for the Comets score. Comets win! Yeah!
Let's take a time out to talk about educational athletics. That means the school sports are an extension of the classroom. Student athletes earn the privilege of participation in sports by succeeding during the school day first, before they put on the team uniform after. Student athletes prove that with better attendance records, higher GPAs, and fewer discipline issues than non-student athletes. That's what it means to be a part of the Ohio High School Athletic Association.
This message presented by the Ohio High School Athletic Association.
On air or online, this is media for your community. This is ICRC-TV.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah, welcome back to Princeton High School for this district final game as we take a look at the injury there from Rhines.
Oh yeah, it looks like she just landed awkwardly in that left ankle and knee areas. They're going to take a look at her, luckily able to walk off the court on her own power. And on the other end, Mattis got fouled, and we'll have 2 opportunities at the line, knocks down the first.
Yeah, let's hope Rhines is okay. The senior, this could be her last career game, so hopefully she's okay, and hopefully can come back into this one. The team's 4th leading scorer, as Mattis is able to knock down a couple free throws for the Comets.
Mason's got to stay strong, got to stay solid. You know, 8 points, that's a lot shorter of a lead than it looks like.
And a pass down low. And it looks like there's another Springboro player down. Now it's Nation.
And that's a really aggressive play from Mattis. A lot of Springboro fans acting like that's intentional, but no, she's just playing hard. She's just going for the ball. And it looks like Nation just landed on her head. We're going to look at it. Mattis saw the ball and wanted it right away.
Oh, just some contact, head to the shoulder. Oh, and fell head first.
Second impact on the head to the floor.
Yeah, we're gonna take it to commercial again here as the Comets lead by 8.
Good morning, Uglyville!
Every ugly doll is unique.
I'm Moxie.
Bobo.
Wait.
Call me Slick Doll.
What?
And every child is too.
They can be pretty lovable.
That's why when you travel, you should make sure your child is in the right seat for their age and size.
This is
That's why you're the wisest doll in town.
Well, keep them safe by visiting nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat.
Isn't that right, gibberish cat?
Find the right seat today.
Hi, I'm Clark Kellogg. I've attended basketball games from coast to coast over the years as a participant, broadcaster, parent, and fan. And believe me, I've seen my share of unsporting behavior. The purpose of school sports is for kids to have fun, develop their skills, and learn lessons that will last a lifetime. So when you attend a school contest, please keep that in mind. Remember to behave in a way that reflects positively on your child, your school, and your community. Let's respect the game.
Welcome back here. This district final game is Comets lead 40-32 from Princeton High School as we take a look at Nation. Let's hope she's okay. Slammed her head on the court. So
beautiful inbound pass to Hobbs. With better defense from Mason. Nice rebound from Oldeker.
And Popwell down low. She gets fouled. So now Marilyn Popwell going back out to the free throw line.
Good ball movement from Mason in a two-man game from Oldeker and Popwell. That's going to be big against a 2-3 zone. Oldeker, the nice feed. She can pass it too. We've seen her scoring ability. And obviously she can rebound really well. Number 22 recruit in that 2020 class. As Popwell not able to convert on the first.
Able to take advantage of Bell a little bit there, who just checked into the game for the injured Peyton Nation. So some Springboro players gonna have to step up here with the injuries, especially. I mean, Hobbs has been really getting it going all game. So if you're the Comets, you want to make someone else beat you besides Hobbs.
Crucial 0 for 2 trip there from the line from Popwell. You know, she's playing hard on the defensive end and maybe just needs to calm down there at the line. Great
Hobbs
move from Hobbs.
Three. A little bit short there at the front iron, but a good rebound by Popwell. And the Comets with some numbers here. Carey, a little bit 2-on-1. Back out to Mattis for the jump shot. That one no good. But one offensive rebound for Popwell. Grabs in the air, puts it back up, and Marilyn Popwell going to the free throw line responding after a couple missed free throws.
Now that's exactly what Springboro wanted at first. They did not Mason had 3-on-1 numbers, and they made her take a mid-range jump shot. But after that, you got to get everyone else back, and they were just a little too slow. The rest of Springboro's team, and Popwell was right there, right place, right time, and a tough finish, old-fashioned three-point play.
Popwell's got a couple of those this afternoon, so 43-32, and Emerson Ryan's able to come back into the game after her injury, her ankle injury, so that's really good to see.
Yeah, and it was tough for her to even walk off the floor by herself.
That's really good defense there from Oldeker as Hobbs falls. Oldeker with the rebound. Comets in transition again. Up ahead to CeCe Carey. And CeCe Carey able to finish as the Comets have a 13-point lead, their largest of the game.
Yep, and I talked about it earlier. Springboro does not want to play a fast-paced game with Mason. They want to slow it down, and Mason getting out in passing lanes, and they're killing them in transition.
That's really good defense by Oldeker. A very tough shot from Crozier considering she's 5'5", and Kyle Oldeker's 6'6".
They're going to call a charge on Margot Mattis. They're going to maybe say she lowered her shoulder. Great job by Emerson Ryans after going down to take a charge like that, put your body on the line. But on the other end, Kyla Oldeker, she didn't even try to block that. It looked like she was just putting her arms up.
She didn't really even jump either.
She saw the ball was coming in her space and reacted and just sent that out of there. And we talked about it earlier. A play like that, the difference between Springboro and a lot of teams Mason plays as Springboro takes the time out is Springboro will get that ball, but, you know, they're playing with lower energy now. They have no momentum, and, you know, they can't get discouraged. As we're only 2 minutes left to go in the third quarter, Mason now up 13. And we just want to thank everybody on this crew from ICRC. I'm only a junior, you're only a junior as well, Ben Haller and Evan Amazon, but the opportunities the ICRC's given us, and if anyone at home interested in any TV production, any commentating, any camera work, the guys in the truck, it's really leaves me speechless, the kind of opportunities we had. And I know, Evan, I speak for you as well, talking about how lucky we are.
Yeah, especially as high schoolers to have this amazing opportunity to broadcast. So also some truck and camera. We got some people from Mason working in there as well. So yeah, if anyone wants to volunteer and help out, it's an amazing experience. As we see Andrew Little, a freshman at Mason, doing the camera as well. So he does a great job. Everyone really does a great job in this production. This is really an awesome team to work with. And a great experience. His brother there,
his evil twin, Adam Little, also doing the cameras. They've been a huge help for us in this tournament coverage. ICRC Sports Radio, they're doing anything, working camera, whatever we need them to do. So big shout out to those two, those twins, only freshmen at Mason High School. They have a big future ahead of them in this program. Beautiful defense once again from Oldacre, grabbing the rebound. Mason starting exactly where they left off.
Yeah, really good job going straight up as Comets get inside. Popwell is able to finish, but a foul on the floor before that. It's going to be the 5th team foul on the Panthers. So the Comets will probably have a lot of free throws coming down the stretch. And Cosme open for 3. Short on that one, a little bit off to the left. She's hit on 3 in a row. Finally misses one there.
It's exactly the shot if you're Mason and not a miss, you're going to be too upset about.
And that 3-pointer from Chloe Downing, no good.
She's checking it for the first time for Springboro. With the injuries they've had, they're going to have to, some players are going to have to see the floor that haven't necessarily a lot this year, especially in a game as big as this in the district finals. That's tough.
Yeah, their starters have really played the whole time in this one, so that's especially tough. And you have some backups coming in who really haven't had much experience throughout these playoffs.
Mason content just slowing it down, not even the 4th quarter yet, but maybe holding for the last shot here as we're under a minute to go, because they don't want to rush anything. They're content with a 13-point lead over a very talented Springboro team that took them to overtime earlier this year.
Now the Comets, of course, in no hurry here with a 13-point lead nearing the end of the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, they're just going to have a couple players. Springboro looking like they're going to apply a little bit more pressure. Cosme's struggling with it now. But 20 seconds to go now. And Mason's done a good job just holding this one.
Got some pressure applied, but Mattis able to get into the lane. Kicks back out to Popwell. I'm a little surprised Mattis didn't try to keep going there.
Yeah, but I think like we talked about, they really wanted that last shot, and there was still a lot of time left. She gets the last shot.
That's a tough fadeaway there from Mattis, no good. But how about the Comets down 25-20? Now they're up 45-32, an absolutely huge run to end the 3rd quarter here.
Yeah, Mason's playing. They're really playing perfect in it's just every area of the court. We talked about it against Lakota West. They weren't doing one particular thing really well. It was just every area of the court. They were just a little bit better than Lakota West was, and that feels a lot like what it's like right now against Springboro. Defensively getting those steals. It's going to be big for them in this district championship game, hopefully to play Wayne. Wayne, a team that beat Springboro twice, so, it's all downhill for Mason.
Yeah, if the Comets can close out this 3rd quarter, looks like they will be going to the regional semifinals against Wayne. What's interesting, too, with this bracket is this is kind of the first close game for both these teams. We expected Mason and West to be a pretty close game, and it really wasn't. We kind of expected Miamisburg-Springboro to be a closer game, too, and it wasn't. So both these teams had blowout wins last round. As they come into this one, having to face each other. Of course, we mentioned before, Mason won that first meeting in overtime.
It's probably a big reason why both teams got off to such a hot start. But, the better team usually just lasts longer. And if Mason can close out this 4th quarter, but, we definitely can't be saying anything final yet. There's a lot of time left to go, a whole quarter left. And we saw that CHEA game, boys basketball last night. They were down 25 just before the end of the 3rd quarter and ended up winning. So you can anything can happen in these playoffs.
As we see Peyton Nation coming back into the game for the Panthers, that's an awesome sign to see as well. So Nation and Ryan, they're both injured, able to come back in. And a good defensive start to this quarter by Crozier.
Yeah, that's the aggressiveness Springboro has to play with throughout this whole quarter if they want to get back into this game. And Mason's got to be able to handle that, and they got to be able to make free throws. That's what it comes down to in the fourth quarter a lot of times.
Yeah, Comets done a pretty good job on free throws today, especially Margot Mattis. She's been the best free throw shooter all year for this team. That's a really good take by Nation. So coming in, making a huge impact, Peyton Nation. Super impressive drive there.
Yeah, Margot Mattis tried to take a charge there, but definitely did not have the position. And if you're going to make a play like that defensively, you got to make sure you have the better position and have what it takes. And one, Kyla Oldeker.
And too easy there for Oldeker. She was fouled on that play, but it didn't really affect Oldeker. She's still able to go up, just like she was taking a normal layup.
You know, Mason, the and one duo really is. And Kyla Oldeker and Marilyn Popwell, two of the strongest players in the GMC, and they finished through a lot of contact. And it's not all about strength. It's a lot about concentration and knowing what you're supposed to do when there's contact. Is Kyla finally able to finish that three-point play?
Yeah, she struggled a little bit earlier in the playoffs. In the Comets' first round game, she went 0 for 7 against Seton from free throws, but that's a big shot right there for the Panthers.
Springboro doesn't want to go away. They're staying in this game. They've had an answer for everything Mason's thrown at them so far in the fourth quarter.
Trying to go inside. That's a really nice pass to Popwell, and what a find by Mattis. Had to go over the Springboro defender's head to find Popwell. Popwell caught it in great position.
Take a look at it again. And we've seen Mason's got this a lot in that 2-3 zone that Springboro's playing. Just over the shoulder there of Rhines. And a beautiful pass from Cosme, locating it well, and Popwell had the position. Knocking down the first free throw. And it feels like Mason's just known what to do against this defense, no matter what defense Springboro's thrown at them.
Yeah, the Comets have struggled offensively a little bit, at least down the stretch in the regular season. Struggled a little bit against Seton. They didn't really score as much as we thought they would. Against Lakota West, they bounced back on the offensive side. And against Springboro today, they're putting up a really another impressive offensive performance. And a three-pointer from Hobbs. That one's no good. She's missed her last couple. But a good, strong rebound from the Panthers. Tough to offensive rebound when you're getting them against Kyla Oldeker.
Yeah, and the key to getting offensive rebounds against Kyla Oldeker is getting better position and getting around her. But she takes up a lot of space, so it's easier said than done.
Skip pass over to Hobbs.
Now for Springboro, to get back in this game, you can't have possessions as long as this, and when you do, you got to capitalize.
Nation had a path to the lane, but Kyle Oldeker stepped up front and closed that and kind of forced a tough shot from Nation. It's going to be a jump ball, so the Comets are going to take it.
Yeah, Mattis had position, but then couldn't hang on to it. Popwell, good job by her getting to the floor. Usually, the team that has the most people going on the floor are the ones that are going to end up with it. But luckily, Popwell fought hard enough it felt like two Comets were there.
That was a good hustle by Wells, able to get the tie up, and Popwell had it on the ground as Mattis going to take the three. That one too strong.
And they're going to call a push on, looks like it's going to go on Springboro.
Yeah, it's going to be on Wells. It looked like Popwell was charging in for that rebound.
And that wasn't as much of a push as it was maybe a trip. So Springboro fans aren't happy about that one. But, you know, it's one of those weird calls in basketball. You know, did she trip over her own feet? Was it accidental? What happened? But
Yeah, see that in a lot of sports. See it in football sometimes with a lot of pass interference. Plays well. One of the toughest calls to make in any sport.
1 for 2 from the line from Popplewell. 13-point lead now for the Comets.
And Crozier bringing it up. And Nation's going to take the three. That's really good defense by Mattis, able to block that one. And a nice behind the back, too.
She has a deadly behind the back, and she doesn't always use it to get to the rim, but it's just to handle the ball pressure. Does it better than anyone in the GMC. And she does a lot of things. We saw her block. We saw that move. A lot of things that aren't going to show up in the stat sheet. She's only a sophomore, and she's committed to play basketball at Princeton.
And Kyla Oldeker with a putback. She's also going to be playing some Division I basketball, as well as Margaret Mattis.
You know, not committed anywhere, but she has the option, definitely. A lot of offers from some pretty good schools. And Springboro fans are yelling to box out, but that's easier said than done on Kyla Oldeker.
Yeah, Oldeker only a junior, Mattis only a sophomore, so both of them are going to be back next year.
It's a bright future for the Comets. You know, you're losing Cosme and Popple Oil and Carey.
Still returning a decent amount, and that will be a foul on Oldeker. And we see Wells a little slow to get up after the foul there.
Yeah, Oldeker didn't even really try to foul her. He just kind of bumped into her, going for the ball. And someone that big just bounced off her. She took the ball from her, but they're going to say it's a foul on impact. First free throw, no good.
And for Springboro right now, you're going to have to capitalize when you have these chances at the free throw line, especially when you're down by 15 in this situation. It's a perfect time to take advantage to get back into this game with the clock not running, but Wells 0 for 2 there.
Hey, you got to capitalize if you're going to get those free throw shots. You know, missed free throws, empty possession.
Comets, of course, in no hurry in this situation. As Mattis drives out to Carey.
You say no hurry, but you wouldn't have guessed that looking at the way Mattis plays. She plays so quick on her moves to the basket. And they're going to foul on Springboro.
And the Comets on a 32-12 run as well. They were down 25-20. It seemed like Springboro was hitting all their threes at the beginning of the game. Comets were struggling a little bit from the outside, and then it kind of flipped. The Comets still have that dominant presence inside they did earlier in the game, and then they were the team that started to make more shots as well.
And I think a lot of it is just the adjustments that Matula made and this Mason Comets team made. And it seems like the zone from Springboro was killing them, and then they weren't getting out shooters on their own zone on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, the Comets were down by 5. He called that timeout, and then all of a sudden we looked up at the scoreboard a minute later, and the Comets were up by 5. So,
and that's
what an impact a coach can have.
Yeah, Coach Matula, definitely one of the best coaches in the city. We've seen that for a long time. Mason, they made it to regionals, I think, 6 of the last 10 years. So, he's no stranger to success, especially in the OHSAA tournament. And it's been a week full of basketball for the both of us on the boys and girls side for Mason. Both teams in the middle of runs of their own. If Mason can hold on to this, they're heading to the regional semifinals. The girls team, the boys team just won the sectional finals. They're a little behind. Nice win against Lakota West last night. It's kind of a pride thing for Mason. Boys and girls total 6 total wins over Lakota West this season, knocking them out both boys and girls tournament.
That's super impressive, especially considering Lakota West girls and guys teams are both really solid this year. So that's not an easy thing to do. Especially, it's hard to beat a team 3 times, and especially a team as good as Lakota West, and especially in both sports. So yeah, super impressive from both teams.
We heard that a lot this week, didn't we? It was how hard it was to beat a team 3 times. So Mason kind of shut those haters up and did it on both sides. And we're going to head back on the floor here. 3:56 left to go. Comets 17-point lead over the Springboro Panthers.
Assuming the Comets are able to hold on, their next game against Wayne will likely be the biggest challenge of the year. Wayne, the 1 seed in that Dayton region. Of course, the 1 seed in the Cincinnati region, like we mentioned before, MND.
Yeah, once you get to the regional semifinals, that's the Sweet 16 of the state. 16 teams left. Mason can hold on and prove that they're one of those best 16 teams in the state.
Pretty good look there from Hobbs, but can't get it to go.
Beautiful defense and rebound from Oldeker. She's doing it all.
So there's going to be a foul on Crozier. Guard and carry. So that's going to be the 10th team foul, the 3rd on Crozier. So CC Carey getting 2 at the line.
Yeah, but it's going to come down to free throws. As long as Mason can knock down their free throws and not let Springboro get points too efficiently. They won't have as hard of a time closing this one out as Carey's able to convert on the first. Two for Carey. And you've seen a lot of scoring from this Mason girls team the past 2 games, but for me, the most impressive part has been the defense. I mean, against Dakota West, only gave up 25 points, only 37 points right now for Springboro, one of the best offensive teams in the state.
Yeah, they gave up 55 to Springboro last time they played them, and right now they're at 37.
And it's really a team defense for Mason, because we talked about how balanced Springboro is, but everyone's doing their part. When Springboro has so many girls that can score, it takes so many girls on Mason to guard those players, and they're doing that to perfection so far. And we just want to thank our crew, everyone from in the truck, behind the cameras. You know, we always say it, we say this every broadcast, we have the easy job, we have the fun job. And I can't thank everyone else around the crew enough.
I've had a ton of fun throughout the regular season and here in this tournament as well. I mean, it's been a really great experience like we mentioned before.
Yeah, it's just ICRC, when they reached out to us about, you know, calling games for them going into the state tournament, you know, we were really excited about it going forward, and it's even crushed our expectations of what we thought it was going to be like and how fun it was going to be. And it's really everyone that makes it happen. Andrew and Adam Little above us doing a great job. Springboro has the ball coming out, 3 minutes to go.
So you got to go quickly now on offense. That's a quick shot from Nation. Doesn't get it to go. And looked like that foul's going to be on Oldeker. Not sure if there was much contact there. Looked like she was just trying to go for the rebound, but
it's really hard for someone like Oldeker. It doesn't take much to make a player fall like that. And when you're that big, you know, you're going to get those calls where you didn't feel like you did much, but it's just kind of the impact.
Yeah, long creep from Crozier, just able to knock that one down. So Haley Crozier cutting this lead to 16. That's Kyla Oldeker's 4th foul. So the Comets just going to leave her in the game at this point. If she fouls out, then, I mean, it's likely not going to have an outcome on this one.
Yeah, Mason really content with the lineup they have right now. I'm sure that's going into that decision.
All the starters really been doing a great job today.
Springboro's picked the energy up, though. Smart play by Wells. Didn't want to go into that much pressure. Didn't have numbers.
Crozier fires another one. This one off the left side of the rim. And Mattis slips. She's able to keep her dribble there. Springboro fans wanted to travel, but Mattis was able to keep her dribble there even as she fell.
Matula wanted a timeout, and he's not happy with his ball handlers here. You know, it's hard for Mattis when you take a spill like that, slip, but good coaching by Matula to call a timeout, give him a chance to reset.
So 56-40 with 2 minutes to go. Super impressive performance from the Comets. It's a close one early, but they've really battled and won the second half. It's definitely been a lopsided end to this one.
Coach Matula, like you said, they can hang on. They'll be heading to the regional semifinals, and he's been there before. We've talked about 6 of the last 10. They've headed to regionals.
Yeah, the Comets last year, a little bit surprising. They lost to Loveland in that second round of the tournament, so they didn't get there. But 2 years ago, they were in that regional semifinal game.
It was 4 years ago when they lost in the state championship, and a couple years before that, or excuse me, a couple years after that was Sammy Puisis' senior year, was when they made the state semifinal. So they've been to state a couple times too. Matula has just been doing it all for Mason.
It's always tough to go to state now in this situation, especially with the emergence of MND. At one point, it looked like they were on track to win state last year before stuff started to get canceled. They were ranked 3rd in the country at one point last year. It's going to be a tough game for whoever has to face them. It could be the Comets. That's a really good take there by Hobbs, trying to fight and keep her team in it, going in transition.
Yeah, Jordan Hobbs didn't care about the defense there. Mason's defense was a little slow as well. And she had a nice move to get from the left to the right, finishing with her right. And one of the cool things for Mason now is if Middletown were to lose tonight to Moeller, both the boys team and the girls team will have gone the furthest in the GMC as well. So, you know, the boys didn't win the GMC, but having the most impact in the state tournament.
Yeah, it's definitely been a lot of GMC teams beating up on each other. As we saw Lakota West beat Fairfield, which took them out of it, and the Comets took West out. And Lakota East, a little bit surprising, they lost to LaSalle. Just the offense wasn't really there for them. Their offense was a little bit bad down the stretch.
Right to Hobbs. As she scores, gets it within 12. Springboro will be forced to foul. Carey will go to the line.
Yeah, that Middletown Moeller game tonight. How do you think the Middies are going to stack up against the Crusaders tonight? You think they got a chance in that one, Ben?
I will say, if there was any time a 17 seed would beat a 1 seed, maybe be this game because of how much Moeller, how much off time they've had because 2 teams forfeiting because of COVID. But, I mean, that's still a very low percentage chance that Middletown wins that game. But they can go out and surprise teams. You know, they kept it close the one time they played Mason until that 4th quarter they fell apart as Carey converts on a first.
And the second free throw is good as well. So it's been really good free throw shooting for the Comets as well tonight. It's going to be pretty important heading through the duration of this tournament as well.
Springboro's got to get a shot off quicker, but a nice look.
That three-pointer is way too strong there from Rhines.
Less than a minute to go. Popwell going to be the free throw shooter for the Comets.
I'm a little bit surprised all 5 starters are still in this situation with that 14-point lead. So the last thing you'd want here would be an injury for any of these players.
Yeah, Springboro's pushing though, and when you see a team do that, then you know it's still only a few possessions. If Springboro is able to knock down some threes, you got to have people in there who can guard and make free throws and handle the ball is the biggest thing. So some girls with not a lot of experience, you know, might not be as effective handling the ball. And Matula, we've seen that with him, as Peyton Nation's going to check out for the final time, most likely, of her career at Springboro.
And Hobbs as well. Both of them, two of the great players for the Springboro team. Some of the best in the GWAC conference and around the city as they get a standing ovation from all these Springboro fans here in attendance.
Yeah, Nation.
It's well deserved from all of them.
Nation and Hobbs both going to play some college basketball next season. We talked about Hobbs, who's going to play at Rice, and then Peyton Nation at Belmont Abbey. And 2-for-2 trip from Popwell extends the lead to 16.
As you see Emerson Rhines there, she's the 3rd senior for the Panthers. Which she seems to have 3 seniors on their starting lineup.
And Rhines also going to play some college basketball. She'll play at Edison State. As Mason finally will put those subs in that you were talking about with a minute left. That's going to be Sanders, Black, Johnson, Daniels, and I'm not sure who the 5th was. We'll take a look back when they enter the court. But Mason's really earned this on every side of the court in Springboro. Just a terrific season for them. They earned the 3 seed in the Dayton region.
It was really a great year. They only had a couple losses to a tough Wayne team and some out-of-state opponents in Indiana. And, of course, a loss this Comets team in overtime. Thought they were going to keep it close considering how tight the first half was. Springboro was leading for most of it in the second quarter. The Comets just did a good job kind of catching fire.
Yeah, Joy Rezig is that 5th Comet checking in. Only a freshman. Excuse me, only a sophomore.
Yeah, a lot of young players in for the Comets right now. Rezig is a sophomore. Of course, Sanders, the freshman. Johnson, a sophomore. And Daniel's a freshman as well. So all underclassmen for the Comets. It's a good sign to see at the end of the game.
Springboro is going to have the same approach as well, putting those younger players in.
Yeah, so 3 sophomores and 2 freshmen are on the floor for the Comets.
You know, and they're going to be a big part of this future as Popplewell, Carey, Cosme are all leaving, and Cooper are all leaving next year. That's 4 of their players that get significant minutes. Rebound from Peyton Black.
Looks like they're just going to hold it out. Comets are going to ice this one, and the Mason Comets are district champions this year, going in the regional semifinals to take on Wayne. That's going to be a great game.
Tons of credit to Mason. Phenomenal coach Rob Matula. He's brought his team this far. He's been there before, and this year is no different. 60-44 win over the Springboro Panthers.
I want to say thanks to everyone again. This has been an awesome game. I'm Evan Amazon, joined by Ben Haller, and thanks for tuning in to a great game here from Princeton High School.